Justice is being abused by the Justice Department, and we have to call it out and demand accountability. First up this week is the revelations and the leaks to the media that the Justice Department is considering prosecuting Hunter Biden on tax and a gun charge. And the charges supposedly relate to unreported income and his failure to disclose certain information in the gun registration form that the federal government requires. And now the outrage about all of this is that the leaks suggest that it's the Justice Department that, even given these narrow charges designed, in my view, to protect Joe Biden, they still don't want to charge him. It's been months since I think I was on Fox News not that long ago talking about a similar story, that they're ready to charge him, or that it's now a charging decision. And the dirty little secret is, or maybe it's a not so dirty little secret, the mirror of this is that the Justice Department prosecutors, supposedly it's the U.S. Attorney in Delaware, but in a case like this, obviously the leadership in the Justice Department under Garland is going to have the final say, is refusing to prosecute Hunter Biden despite overwhelming evidence of criminal activity. And they've had this investigation going on for 4 years. They've yet to do anything. It's clear that the information that's been adduced implicates Joe Biden and other members of the Biden family. So there's no evidence they want to go after him. All the evidence is they want to protect him. And on top of that, the news this week is that the Wall Street Journal reported that the Justice Department is concerned that Hunter might have a good defense because he had an alcohol and drug problem. I mean, who are they kidding? Who are they kidding? So this is where we stand with the Justice Department. They're harassing President Trump with these ridiculous raids and threats related to documents. They're arresting pro-life activists whose only crimes at worst are blockading abortion clinics. 18 months ago, 11 protesters were arrested. They're targeting parents. They're targeting Americans who dispute elections. In the meantime, they refuse to prosecute Hunter. They refuse to prosecute or even look at Joe. They refuse to prosecute the left that's illegally protesting outside Supreme Court homes, the homes of Supreme Court justices, in an attempt to intimidate them. The law prohibits that. So you have a thoroughly politicized Justice Department targeting political opponents or those seen as unhelpful by Joe Biden, whilst personally protecting Joe Biden and his family from prosecution. So I would submit that the news this week isn't that the FBI, it could be leaks from the FBI, could be some FBI guys are like, why aren't they prosecuting him? Let's leak and pressure. Or it could be leaks from the Biden Justice Department that's trying to explain their position as they prep to take a dive for Joe. Because even if they do prosecute him, and the charges turn out to be penny ante, relatively speaking, they can have their cake and eat it too. Hunter gets a slap on the wrist, Joe is protected, and the whole case is over. So that's the scandal. The scandal is, for almost 2 years, Joe Biden's Justice Department has refused to appoint a special counsel, even though the regulations require it. They've been covering up records about this criminal activity or scandalous activity. As I've been highlighting, we've sued the State Department for records about Hunter Biden. They're hiding those records. The Secret Service about Hunter Biden records. They're hiding those records. And of course, all the other records about Burisma and Ukraine and all that, that's been a long-standing controversy, that they've been hiding those records from the American people and Judicial Watch, which has litigation over it. So they're in cover-up mode, and they're abusing the law and, in my view, obstructing justice to protect Hunter and Joe Biden. So don't be distracted by the news that there's the FBI has gathered evidence, or investigators have gathered evidence that would allow prosecution to go forward. No, the news is they've already had that evidence for some time, and the Biden Justice Department has refused to allow a prosecution to go forward in a way that's corrupt. So right now, justice is being abused by the Justice Department, and we have to call it out and demand accountability. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.